So you want to talk about Batman again for like another
No, I don't want to talk about Batman. I
12
want to talk about
minutes?
Daredevil.
You sure? We finally have cause to talk about the parallels between the two. And now that they finally released the information that we're going to get a Clayface movie, like I'm
I said I don't want
ecstatic.
to talk about Batman.
All right. You want to talk about Superman? That's coming
Yeah,
this summer.
yeah. Talk about Sentry.
Do you want to talk about Century?
No, I don't care about Sentry.
I'm very excited about Guy Gardner. I'm going to say that.
About
Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner. Yeah, with the bowl cut.
Bowl cut. Because they already talked about him making a cameo in the Lantern TV show. And I have high hopes for that.
He has to be, right? He has to.
Nothing has to be. You saw what DC has done for the last, 20 years?
Yeah, fair enough.
Nothing's have to be.
Fair enough. How do you feel about the Superman trailer and stuff?
I've only seen the first one. He looks goofy. The one thing that kept pulling me out was Lois. Lois didn't look...
No. Lois, see?
She didn't look the type of woman, and respects to the actress, because I'm sure she's great, but I'm just going to roast you here. The type of woman that I would stop the world over, like, she's not the one that's going to make me, like, just want to really save the world because of you.
Right.
Superman just becomes head over heel over this one girl, and for whatever reason, that trailer did not make her look as cinematic and, I guess, shiny. If we look back to the 70s versions, that original actress didn't look like that either, so I don't know if they're going back to, like, this homely look. But that's not really what I want from my journalist. I kind of want her to be like Amy Adams. I kind of want her to be like a movie star.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got to of it. It's like the homeliness. Yeah,
She's too Sarah and plain. And it's like, nah, like this dude is a god. He's not picking Sarah and plain. He's picking the best Instagram hoe he could find.
No, he wants Girl Next Door.
Yeah, but there's...
I said what I said. Yeah, yes.
Like a rock star. Like, that's what I want. I want the girl next door to be able to slide into a rock star. She doesn't have to use it, because we all know those type of girls.
Yep.
Like, you can't believe like you don't try harder. You don't have to try and you still get it. This girl looks like she has to try and it's still not gonna work.
You weren't kidding when you said you were gonna.
I was just roasting her. That's the one thing I was like, oh, they put the dog in it. I was like, yo, they got, what's his name?
Crypto.
I was like, that's dope. So like this dog could probably kill humans, and that's insane.
I will give the movie 5 stars if they relive my favorite comic meme where Crypto's wearing the cape, and they remember that panel where Superman's yelling at him. He's like, "What do you wear my cape for? Take it off. It doesn't even fit you. You're a dog." And he's just like,
he's just doing dog face. I thought you were gonna say if you got Superman to do rainbow lights from his fingers, because I remember that was
the rainbow. I forgot about the rainbow lights.
The Rambo power rankings of the weird Superman powers that he can do.
He actually had that power once. Yeah, he had rainbow.
So like in this turbulent world of if we can't love each other because we're all trying to figure out if genders are supposed to be two, they're not. Let people be what they want to be. Like that's where I stand.
Yep.
The fact that you're so scared of rainbows, I'd love this god to come down and like shoot rainbows from his fingers. But you kept saying how much you laughed at when crowd member threw a can at his head and he had to take it.
Amazing, yeah.
You just have to stomach it. Like you could destroy him, but he's like, no,
full can.
Just got to keep walking in.
Is it empty? Is it full of soup? I don't know.
Oh, that'd be amazing if he got like a full can of Chucky soup. Yep. Like I paid the $4.99 for this just to whip it at his head.
Yeah, I want to hear a thud when I this.
And that's what they're not talking about, but they are talking about is we have 2 tentpole movies where 2 universal gods and one that has to save humanity despite that you shouldn't want to save humanity because humanity is terrible. And another god who's probably been captive by humanity and just decides, fuck it. I'm going to take you motherfuckers out. So based on how we laugh and how we enjoy comics.
Now you know the one. So I just showed him the meme. This is the panel.
If you don't make this the picture for the episode, you're doing it in service.
I can't. It's Daredevil, but I will save this for something.
Who cares? Just throw it up.
I love this.
Dude, doesn't even fit you.
I like this face.
He's just doing dog. It's just random dog face. Like, what else are you gonna do? I think we actually are gonna get a steal this summer with 2 back-to-back gods, and then who will win a fight
between Sentry and okay. So we're going right back to.
They managed to figure out how to geek us back to square one. So like they really can be successful, both studios, for the first time in a long time. Because before it just used to be tribal, and like I want my movie to outperform, so your movie fails. But you and I have both been from we want competition because that makes better movies from both. And I think this is the first time it's a head to head.
Speaking of movies, did you hear that Donna Frio was saying that Kingpin actually can't appear in Marvel movies?
Yeah, the way his contract is signed.
Yeah, the rights, something about the Sony rights or something.
Him and Hulk?
Yeah, because Hulk is Paramount, so I don't know what's going on there.
Can't make a movie with him. They can reference him in things.
Yeah, they can't make a solo movie. Yeah, you're right. They have to. That's why they had to put Planet Hulk with Ragnarok. But yeah, no, Kingpin can't show up in movies at all.
That's weird.
Only TV. And then Spider-Man's the opposite. He can't show up in TV shows at all. He can only show up in movies.
But they made him that you don't want him to show up in TV shows.
No, they've made him that now. Now, I don't know if that works the same for, let's say, Miles Morales. I don't know if that's off the table for shows, but I just thought it was interesting that Kingpin can't show up in movies. I was like, okay.
Kingpin, he just has to be the guy at the penthouse. So he gets to be the Inspector Gadget Claw, where you never get to see his face, and you can easily do a successful voiceover with Vincent D'Onofrio.
I don't know if that works or not. Yeah, you're right. You could do that.
The man cast a good shadow into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I knew that. Where he's the size of a bus. Yeah,
he's amazing. All shoulders, no neck, and his head's in the middle of his torso. It's great. Yeah. I could lean on that, but we had just finished reading back-to-back comics where they drew Kingpin that same way too.
That. Yeah, in what book was that? That was the Love and War. Daredevil Love and War. He was drawn like that. It looked ridiculous, but I think it worked a little better just because it's comic book.
They didn't show a lot of him either, too. Like he was only 3 pages.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the whole comic book was like that.
Yeah,
like in the Spider-Verse one, it's only him.
He's the only weird looking.
Everybody else is normal size.
Him and Tombstone, you don't fit here, but everyone else looks like a person. Yeah, that happens.
Tombstone's got the excuse of being got the mutation with the stone skin, right? So maybe
he is stone,
maybe
right?
He looks a little, yeah.
He'd get washed by Ben Grimm.
Kingpin just looks like a bus,
I'm very excited. I'm just saying he would get washed by Ben Grimm because I'm very excited.
Tombstone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The Thing, yeah. How do you like the Thing? It looks just like the Jack Kirby ones. I love it.
Yeah, he looks like the ugly monster one.
Yes. I hate doing this. When I watched that teaser, I looked at some of the comments and people are just like, the Fox one is so much better. That one looks like he's in a literally rubber suit. Yeah. And he turns his head and it stretches.
You can't get mad with how people first get to see their favorite superhero. Because we get a lot of iterations and a lot of different tries on it, right?
Yeah.
There's somebody out there that loves the Batman suit. I found a way. With the nipples on it.
With the nipples on it, yeah.
Somebody does. It's not me. Could be you.
Could be the rainbow finger Superman.
I can't wait. Back at it again like we never left. Coke and Dank. Dank and Coke. We are the Lethal Weapons.
Hey, Dank.
Hey, Coke.
A blind man walks into a bar. And then a table, and then a chair.
Well done, sir. Well done. You've earned my respect this week.
Good.
Last week, no respect.
Got it back. So we did episodes 1, 2, 3 last episode. Now we're doing 4, 5, 6 the same way we did the X-Men 97 animated series.
Math.
Just broke it up by episodes.
Who would have thought we would just follow the numbers?
What? Instead of doing one every week. Oh my God! No. We're just gonna compile it. We'll do it already, but we'll do it in chunks.
Because they're building a story. You're getting more character development. You get to see where they're going with things.
Yeah, and the first 3 were a logical arc.
Yeah, they killed a dude.
Yeah, and now this one, not so much so. This one actually has a complete filler episode, which is like a one-shot episode. It's not bad. It's just it's a total one-shot. It's a total one-shot. It's just
but does make you love Murdock more.
Yeah, it was fun.
Shout-outs to more TV shows in that when we get there.
Yes.
There's reference to other things.
You want to do it first because it's kind of out of the way? No, we just want to...
I just want to give shout-outs to the 3 titular characters because without any one of these three, the show would not be as great as it is. And I think we're already saying that the show's great. So Daredevil Born Again with Charlie Cox playing Matt Murdock, the lovely, lovely Ailette Zurdo playing Vanessa Fisk, and Mr. Vincent D'Onofrio playing Kingpin Wilson Fisk.
I thought you were going to say lovely, lovely Vincent.
I kind of want to.
He looks good. He's slimmed down.
I like him. I like him beefed up.
I like them beefed too. So did I.
There's even a scene in that where like his suits don't fit anymore. So I don't know if he's bulking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's he's too busy in that basement with that axe, just throwing bows.
He's got Adam locked up.
See,
Adam, you knew better, Adam. You knew better.
All right, let's not jump around and let's go straight to the fun episode, which is episode number 5.
Number 5 is cool. It's called With Interest. We didn't name the last 3, but whatever. It's called With Interest. This
is the only one we'll name then.
It's the only one.
No one else gets a name.
With Interest. It's a bank heist.
It's Patty's Day in New York.
St. Patrick's Day. That's right. That's St. Patrick's Day. I like when the criminal's on the phone with the cop. And he's like, "I'm a Protestant." It's just another shite Wednesday for me.
That's Devlin, played by Cillian O'Sullivan. We also get to see in this episode the lovely, lovely Rubio Kwan playing Detective Angie Kim, and Mohan Kapoor returning to the MCU television landscape, Yusuf Khan.
Yeah, so I didn't. Did you watch Miss Marvel?
No.
No, I did not either. But I just knew because his last name is Khan. I was like, oh, Yusuf Khan. Okay, so it's Kamala's dad. That's pretty cool. I
watched the movie, so I know who Miss Marvel is.
Right.
Because she appears in that. What? It's good. Doesn't deserve the hate that it got. It's very serviceable. I didn't think it got promoted well. And they were in a weird influx of, we don't know what we're doing yet. And we don't know where we're doing it yet. But it's definitely better than a lot of third entries in trilogies of movies that I don't care to repeat that I saw.
And people hate Brie Larson, so
that's on them.
Too.
I still love lovely, lovely Tiona Paris. She can do no wrong.
Okay, well, hold on.
No wrong.
No, she can do no wrong.
Spectre, come on. And then she got the full suit. Ooh.
Yeah. No, she can do no wrong. She's adorable. But no, I'm just saying in general.
She opened the universe, right? She's the one that connects to X-Men for the first time.
Yeah, so I'm just saying in general, people just don't like Brie Larson for
reasons.
I'm not even quite exactly sure. I think you told me before, and it just doesn't resonate with me. I don't love her either, but I think it's weird.
You don't hate her. I think she stood up for herself, and audiences weren't happy with that.
Oh, how dare a woman do that?
People forget she won an Oscar for a crazy movie called Room, based on a true story. Room. Yeah, that's your joint.
That's my jam.
Coke's recommendation is The Room.
Tommy Wiseau, 2003.
Dang's recommendation is Room, Brie Larson, about her getting kidnapped, and that's all I'm going to say because it gets super dark real fast. They gave her a gold, and she deserved it, and worth seeing. But the only connection I have, circling back to Daredevil, is Miss Marvel in that movie, and now her father, Yusuf Khan, in this episode called
With Interest. Did you notice that Devlin, the main bank robber, was the same guy who did the truck hijackings in
episode 2? No.
2
so he's part of the mob. Ah, very nice.
And we kept talking about a boss in this one. So he also resembled
an Irish guy.
Sin Eater with the green mask. If you know who Sin Eater is. Yeah, he's just some guy with a green mask that carries a shotgun around from Daredevil.
I thought it was interesting that they all wore rainbow-colored masks. When
they matched the Infinity Stones, too.
Did they?
But, I mean, any group of colors at this point.
They also match rainbow fingers, but nobody wants to talk about that, do they?
Exactly. Yeah, those are Infinity Stones. It's like, yeah, what?
We want rainbow fingers.
Yeah. Rainbow fingers and egghead.
That's all we want. That's all we need in our universe.
That's all we need. But yeah, this is a bank. So Matt goes to the bank to try and get more money for his business.
It's failing.
Because he's taking on some weird cases, some
pro bono. Doing pro bono. You can't. Everything can't be for free.
Yeah.
It's not the world we live in.
And they turn him down, but as you know, after he leaves, he hears that it's
Yusuf Khan turns him down. That's the trade-off they get to see.
He was the assistant to the bank manager.
Nice pull.
So Matt leaves, but when he's on his way out, he hears a heist start to be happening. That's not even good English, but
that's called Irish side coming out.
It's a wee heist in there, isn't it?
Jesus wept.
Jesus wept. Tell me the joke. Tell me a joke. The leprechaun and the penguins.
There's some good lines in this one. This one made me
Yeah.
laugh way more than any
It's a good
other.
joke.
Fuck the penguin.
Fuck the penguin. I love when he plays dumb. When he comes in, he's like, he acts like really, really blind. And they just like don't even take him seriously. Okay, whatever. And he ends up saving the day.
Yeah, outsmarting
Outsmarting a group of
these pretty competent bank robbers.
Yeah.
They know what they want to do and need to do. They're just not good with timing. Everyone has one bad day apparently in this city because they showed up when the actual manager is late, and as they're walking in, someone trips the alarm. So like they're already on a time clock and they don't even know it.
Yeah, but do you think that was on purpose? Or I mean, do you think that was on a coincidence? The manager being sick the day that the heist happens?
Oh, you think he's just in there and not telling everybody he's the bank manager? Or
no, I think he knew it was going to happen. He took the day off.
You think he's the inside man? Okay.
Yeah, I think he's Clive Owen, not Denzel Washington.
I do think it's very much inside man, though.
I think it was the same bank. Was it not?
It looked like it. Thank you. The one note I hear is like production value has really stepped up for Marvel TV shows, but this looks a lot like a movie that I really enjoy called Inside Man. So I would not be surprised, if this is another nod to a great action movie.
The missus pointed that out. Actually, I can't take credit for that.
She is a smart kickie.
She's like, that's like Inside Man. I was like, it probably was. Probably is. Nice bank. They want the yellow gemstone.
Is that what it is? It looks like a diamond.
Yeah, yellow is a gold diamond, a yellow diamond or something. They want that, and they don't get it. Matt breaks the guy's leg. That was pretty cool.
That again, as soon as I saw them make their way into a hallway, I was like, "Oh, it's the end for this dude."
And he took the red mask off the.
That was great.
When he had the red mask, like he's gonna put that on.
Slow down. We're having too much fun and not explaining what we're enjoying. Matt has to tell Khan to stall. Matt says, I have to pee. And because he's playing up his handicap, they're like, does anyone else have to go to the loo? So they take him to the back and Matt goes Daredevil on him. But the cool thing about this fight is he has to do it in a way that makes no sound. And there's a moment where he has him in a chokehold and they're falling down the stairs, but he sees the gun about to fall over the edge and he finds a way to slide over and grab the gun before it falls. And I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is a psychopath. He can't wait to be Daredevil again.
Dude, he's chomping at the bits yeah, so he gets Khan to stall, and then he finally shows up and unlocks the safe with his hearing. Did you notice that Khan goes, what kind of lawyer are you? He goes, a really good one. It's the same line he used in Spider-Man.
When he catches the brick?
When he catches the brick, yeah. What kind of lawyer are you? He's like, really good one. That's the catchphrase, you sly bastard.
That alone. I was like, God damn, sir.
He is. And that was it. We get, like you said, Detective, was it Kim?
Yeah.
And she's got, I don't know why they keep zeroing on her hair. She has that white streak in her hair.
Sure. Is she?
I don't know what that's about. Because she's created for the show. She's not from the comics, so I don't know what that's about.
She's going to be Rogue. Let's bring the internet now.
I like when they're talking about Kiki Palmer being Rogue, and then some guy wrote like what he thinks she'll be saying.
Right.
He's like, now the gag here is. Anyway,
that would work. I
don't hate her as Rogue, but that was.
I love the fact that we got Santini in this because Santini's all over this series now, and he talks about what he has in his safe deposit box. He's like, in mine, I got diamonds, some bonds, and a 1994 Marc Messier signed puck. I wept. It was such a good line.
Jets and Rangers.
Such a New Yorker.
Mets, Jets, and Rangers. I was like, oof.
And Mets are good this year.
What's that? Mets are good this year? Okay, because Rangers are and Jets. Well, let's not talk about them.
Took my quarterback.
They're gonna give you.
They're gonna get. They tried to. Very hard.
Oh, because
very hard. Very hard.
I'm waiting for it. You know, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that pop up.
I'm holding my breath for it not to happen. It's been so long that I hope he just retired secretly.
Well, then I saw the ones where it was like he might not play this year.
Yeah, I like that. Sit on the bench, bro. Eat some pine. That's fine, man. Stay in the cave. Stay in the cave. This whole episode is not a mislead, but I think it strengthens the type of person and detective I think Daredevil is. Yeah,
so Daredevil catches him, but gets the gem back or whatever. So what's happening with Fisk? Fisk has a leak in his administration, which is his new lackey, Daniel,
Mm-hmm.
gets drunk with BB and tells her all about the restoration project he wants to do at Harbor. And she leaks that. He gets mad. It's kind of like you were saying last time, right? He's taking him on as like his son.
Yeah, there's this
pseudo son.
parental sort of understanding that's going on here. And as much as Fisk is yelling into a giant room of people that are his administrative staff, he really only talks to 3 other people.
Yeah.
He's got Buck, he's got Sheila, and now he's got
Daniel.
So
this episode was surprisingly funny with the we built this city on rock and roll.
Oh my gosh.
Moments. Those were amazing. Those were amazing. He's in the classroom and the students are singing. They're singing that song to him, and he looks so uncomfortable. Him being Fisk, he looks so uncomfortable. And then he gets back to his office. What was it? It was like the Lithuanian
Day. There we go.
And they're all singing it, but they're singing the same song
in Lithuanian. Same tone, but you could see his cringe face. D'Onofrio has amazing cringe faces. I didn't say this in the first run, but there's a moment when like they're swearing him in as the mayor, and he's like, "I love New York," and he can't really smile. Yeah. It pains him too. That like any media reporter would be like, "That guy's weird. Like I don't trust this guy."
Yeah, he's awkward.
So you could see his visible discomfort with all these meet and greets, and he does not like doing it, and it's hilarious.
It's funny as hell. So he's dealing with leaks for his new restoration project. Matt tracks down the Punisher. So we get the Punisher in this. Frank is hiding out underground.
Frank's back, baby.
John Bernthal.
You want to say lovely, lovely?
Lovely John Bernthal.
Accountant 2 coming soon.
Accountant 2. I've never... That his movie?
Yeah, him and Affleck. You didn't see Accountant 1?
No.
Check out Accountant.
It's good?
It's interesting.
That's interesting. Okay. So it's not good.
It's not bad. It's just interesting.
Right.
There's definitely great scenes.
Oh, okay.
It's John Wick if he was on the spectrum.
Okay. John Wick probably is on the spectrum.
That is a fair assessment, sir.
Let's get that. Let's just
you should have said you could have got me with. I'm pretty sure Keanu Reeves is on the spectrum.
Ha!
Is that your impression?
Yeah, you seen his new commercial? It's on every 3 seconds where he's trying to like run these ads through.
There's so many things you could have done. You're like, cool.
Because he's playing video games. When he's like, ha ha. He's like, what if I jump through the window? It's on every Leaf game it's on. It's like, okay, like 5 times.
I'm so tired.
I'm so tired right now. So Frank and Matt have an interesting, intense conversation, showdown.
Because it gets super sad, super real fast. And I love that he keeps calling him Red.
Red. He still calls him Red from the...
But Castle sees through the Murdock he's trying to be and knows that he's still hurting for Foggy. And, like, brings tears to him. So it's the first time you get to see some humanity from Murdock in 3 episodes. Like, in the first 3, he's holding it together, but not really well. He's just, I've got a job to do, and I'm trying to ignore my night job, but I still do it, kind of. By 4, you start to see the seams start to show, and this, again, the trade-off with Frank is definitely, I think, a quintessential moment for when we essentially get the full season out of, like, his decision, that being Murdock, to go back to the Crimson Cowl.
And this one's cool because even when he's talking to Frank, Frank's, like, antagonizing him a little bit over and, like, he's just riding him, and he punches him in the face.
Yeah. And then tries to apologize for it.
And he goes, "Oh, sorry." He's like, he's like, "What are you apologizing for? What's wrong with you?" That's the most honest you've been. Like, I love that, how he's really trying to hold himself together, but his natural state and reaction is violence. Like, he's just got to, like, and Frank knows it. He's like, "Dude, don't apologize. What's wrong with you? Didn't even hurt. Like, just like let it out." And he refuses to. It's funny how he's fighting his nature like that.
Then they redeem Frank a little because they don't make him a complete psychopath, because he gets to share his story about how he lost his son to get him daddy, and that's still his driving motivation. But this dude's no killer right now. He's still trying to get the semblance to go back to being the Punisher, so he's staying underground. So the bullet with the skull on the casing didn't come from him.
Yeah. So he even says, he goes, "Fucking copycats." Like, it's just like a bunch of people that are kind of, they've misconstrued the Punisher's message, and they're just trying to take justice into their own hands.
Which is, I think, ripped from society.
That would happen in real life.
One, yes, but two, Punisher became a logo and kind of a iconography for PD Blue. Like, a lot of them took up the Punisher logo and the mantle and just decided, like, this is our dude. And for good or bad, that's an interesting character.
Yeah, that is interesting. The one quote unquote hero that literally just kills everybody.
Yeah. No questions asked.
All of them out there. Yeah. Not Batman, not Superman, not even Daredevil, just no, Punisher. We're going to go skip all those guys. Okay. Protect and serve. I'm sure you did a great job.
Tell me who you are without telling me who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
See this Punisher skull I got on my truck? Like, yeah, I know who you are, bro.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to make a left over here.
Yeah. We find out that Fisk has Vanessa's
adulterer
there, locked up.
Mr.
Oh, instead of mistress, Mr. And he's locked up in a cage.
But he's a 180 from what Fisk looks like. Like, he's a meek, sort of small man, right? So unless he's been starving him out.
Well, he's been missing for a while.
Fair enough. Now. She made a decision. I don't think it's for looks. Like, he's a wiry dude.
She even says it in therapy. Like, it was more about the attention than anything. Like, her husband was gone. She was lonely. He was there and available. And I guess he kind of looked good to her. But maybe you're right. Maybe there was a bit of an attraction to, my husband's not here. This man looks nothing like my husband. Plus, he's all over me. All right, well, let's have some fun. Yeah.
For all the scenes that we get in therapy. And I was going to say for 4, 5, and 6, not really 5, but for this chapter, those therapy sessions, like, really night is falling. That's definitely going to be a theme that I can say. Like, night is falling. You can see the tension now showing, the cracks showing. They wait till Heather's not even in the room so they can yell at each other. And then when she comes in, they're, like, very cordial and, like, undertone.
That's right.
To the point that she feels it. She feels like there's a raw danger that's going on in here.
She even asks
Vanessa to stay back and asks her, like, are you safe? Like, do you feel safe with Wilson?
Yeah. To which she does, but it's funny that she feels so uncomfortable with the sessions that she actually has to pull Vanessa back a bit and be like, listen, blink twice if you
like, if you need my help.
Right? Yeah.
It's really good.
It's really, really cool.
I don't know if anytime these guys are together, it makes me uncomfortable or, like, I enjoy it, but it's some of the best scenes in the series so far.
Mm-hmm.
When Vanessa plays off Wilson, Wilson plays off Vanessa. They're coming from so many different angles and so many different levels, and they keep trading, I think, positions because they're both fighting for power, and that's so hard in a relationship. Like, you should never be fighting for power, but ultimately that's going to be the downfall with everything that we've read.
Yeah.
There's going to be a downfall from this connection. So, like, I'm on pins and needles watching each word said and, like, each move made. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, like I was saying last episode too, if Vanessa's taken out of the equation, the whole deal between Kingpin and Daredevil falls apart. If she dies or goes away or seems to die, like, Kingpin's coming back.
Or hooks up with Matt, because Matt's got some briz in this run too. Like, this dude's just...
Wouldn't that be a twist, eh?
That'd be amazing, though. Amazing.
He can't keep getting away with it. It's just...
Santini's all over it again. He's my favorite kind of side character. I haven't seen a Turk yet, but I'm taking Santini now.
Yeah, Turk isn't in this at all, but that's too bad.
Yet.
I was hoping to see more. I was hoping to see Turk as Stilt Man.
Crazy cameo from the actor is Tony Dalton. We know him as Swordsman, but he's at one of, I guess, campaign donation dinners.
Yep.
The elbow rubbing that you'll have to do as mayor, and there's just enough of him to be like, is this connected to? Are we gonna see some? Can I throw out Madame Mask? Because we've been calling Madame Mask since December of whatever year.
We're waiting for her, yeah.
Hawkeye
she'd be a great fit in this TV world and in Daredevil and just in general. She'd be a good fit.
Who wouldn't? So again, I'm excited with the little that they give us when we're back in Hell's Kitchen. There's a lot more characters coming through New York, which makes more sense with a character like Wilson Fisk because he's at the top. So he should be seeing a lot more of these players, which is super exciting. I keep seeing the fade to night. There's not a lot of day scenes in these 2 episodes, 4 and 6. A lot of stuff's happening at night now, and a lot of cracks are showing, and a lot of descent into the dark side of both of their psyches, to the point that even after Matt gets to spend a lovely, lovely night with Miss Heather, he still can't sleep, and he has to go to the rooftop and start practicing with his billy
Practicing,
club.
he starts throwing out. Yeah,
Oh, so good, man.
yeah, because he can't. It's his nature. He can't fight it. We're talking about Fisk and Vanessa, and she wants the business back.
Yeah.
And she's struggling with the way Fisk, quote unquote, running things now because he's so hands off that the gangs are actually starting to beef.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't let this all fall apart. And he's like, no, let it happen. Because what happens is you let them get a little crazy. The weak will kind of perish, and then we'll come back in and restore order. But you gotta let this happen, and she can't let it happen so much so that she actually gets one gang to pay the other one like 1.8 million.
Yeah.
And they think it's coming from Fisk. So when Luca, who's the head of the tracksuit mafia, comes to visit him in his office, he's like, "What are you doing here, man?" He's like, "I'm not paying that 1.8." He's like, "All right, well then you're gonna pay 2.8." If it was in the comics, it'd be like, "Hey, bro, I'm not paying 1.8 million, bro." Right? That's but in this, Lucas is like, he thinks he's gonna come in here and strong arm Kingpin, and then it turns around on him.
It's crazy that Kingpin wants to push through all this red tape, but he forgets what pushing through red tape means. It usually means that you're taking money from other places.
Yep.
So my question to you is, do you ultimately think he's going to take money from the mob to help fund his Clean Green Hall initiative?
Yes. He's so impatient.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, in this, when he's rubbing elbows with the New York's elite,
Sure.
none of them wanted, like, they all treat him like he's a child, and he's like,
Anything
what?
to do with him, yeah.
And he's like, I'm not used to this. I'm used to getting my way. I come in, I say what I want. Kind of like the whole thing with the hole in the road.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, there's all this yellow tape. He's like, nah, forget it. I'm the mayor. Fill this hole right now. Done. It's the same thing here. He's like, I need money for my restoration project. No, it's kind of self-serving, and we just don't like you. So
It's kind of amazing that Vanessa's perfect for that 1% world. She can navigate and probably squeeze all the money that she wants. And Fisk is perfect for the mob world.
But
they both are too stubborn to see that, and they both want to come from the angle that they're choosing. So back to therapy, the question that Vanessa asks is, do you want to dissolve or preserve a marriage, right? So it's these little indications that show more dilution. Is that the
Yep.
of what this connection could be? And it's slowly starting to look more like a partnership, which could be dangerous, because one thing we know is Fisk loves her to death.
Yep.
I don't know if we can say the same for Vanessa.
No, she seems to be over him.
Yeah.
And at least a sense. And she's annoyed by him coming back. She actually, I think, got used to him being gone and preferred it. She was the man, right? She was the queen. Now she's kind of, like you said, partner. I don't really like this as much.
There are 2 storylines that don't really get wrapped up, but I'm glad they introduced. One we'll talk about is the case of Leroy Batford. Bring on the blind justice man. So that's the guy that gets incarcerated for stealing the 5 boxes of fiddle faddle. And it's supposed to be played for laughs, but the more you peel back, the more you see the problem with the system. And I thought that was a great narrative to talk about the justice system, as opposed to making this about like a comic book reference. Leroy's trying to avoid prison, jail time, and any sort of disconnect from the outside world. He'll lose his benefits and he'll have to start his government assistance again. And that's not something you find out until Matt keeps doing it back and forth with him and then his main squeeze, Sophie. How smooth is this motherfucker? Because he talks her down from 35 days in jail to like 10. And like, that's not an easy feat to do that.
She loves it.
He's pulling all the riz, all the confidence, all the smoothness. And again, you can only celebrate it because we leave that interaction of like the day of the courtroom of like upstairs of like, he did right by his client, thank you. And there's going to go back with a way better deal than what he was initially going to get. But he goes back, they're in a confined, closed space, bars, brick walls. It looks like night, right? He's covered and he's just him. And I love the way it's shot because it's always shot through the glass and through the frame in the middle and the disconnect between where Matt is sitting and where Leroy is sitting. And you hear Leroy's story of just like, yo, man, my life is hard. It's been hard, and I deserve to have a sweet dessert every once in a while. Now, the way I went about it was probably wrong, But even as I'm doing wrong, the people that are supposed to be doing right, the cops, are coming in here and just eating up all the food. You think this 10 days is supposed to help me and make me feel grateful, but you're not. And that's all you really get from that trade-off of just victim of circumstances and the people that want to help but really can't help. Even in their best efforts, he's still kind of handcuffed to the system. You still have to do some amount of time for the law you broke. But you get a couple of fun little lines there about Leroy cracking on him because he can't see shit, so he's funny.
Oh, that one, yeah. I thought you were going to say something else. Go ahead.
And then the could have been a Skrull. What he
There
thought.
it is.
That's the one nod I needed for Skrulls. So I really hope Skrulls don't pop up in this universe because they've just torched that IP.
Thought of you when he said that. I was like, Dan's going to love that line.
But again, I love how they went back to the courtroom procedural. Like, this is my day job. It's a hard job. Like, I don't always get to win cases by listening to heartbeats. I like that we didn't go too far into the comic world. We stayed back into that courtroom procedure. I really hope they don't lose that.
No, and that whole interaction with Leroy is, the more you think about it, the more profound it is. It's like, it's real. It's raw. It sucks. Yeah, you know what? The system sucks and everything. Stealing cereal is still a crime. Like, he's got the point about the cops that when they pull him over, they're eating the cereal too. He's like, well, why don't you lock them up too?
Yep.
And Matt's like, you know what?
Yeah. What can
Maybe I should have, but you know, that's just because it could.
Fiddle-faddle. It's not cereal. Caramelized popcorn.
Candy. This could have been regarded as like a throwaway side plot or just minor thing. There's two forks to it, right? Narrative of real life, because system is weird in real life too. So it's also a stepping stone to push Matt in that direction that, you know what, I'm trying to do right by following the justice system. And then here's this man telling me with great evidence and reason that the system that I'm trying to work through is broken.
Yeah.
So why don't I put on the horns again? Like, it's kind of like, you know, I mean, you can see Leroy's spitting facts and he's like, he's right. It does serve the main plot as well as narrative of real life and as well as an interesting side plot to it. So it does everything. It's a very effective side story. Yeah.
Do you see it as pushing Murdock to go back to Daredevil? Because yes. I saw it more as it pushing Murdock to stay as a defense attorney. Because I have to keep fighting this good fight. I have to keep finding ways to work the system to help the people that I can't help. So it's interesting we both have different takes from it. I don't think either of us are wrong, but it's interesting.
No, I think it could be both. I don't think it could be either or, right? He's kind of like, maybe I have to stay here and try and fix the system in the best way I can. Or maybe I need to the system's so flawed, maybe I should just go back to working outside of it. I don't know.
If Murdock has to honey dick all these nice court reporters so he can get all his people out, I mean...
She was lovely, too.
Do the justice. He knew what she was eating, bro.
Yeah.
What she was eating. And she was like, huh. Like, she was ready to give it up right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
She sold it well, too, because it was just like little facial expressions, like, oh, yeah. He's like, are you Lithuanian? She's like, how did you know that? Like,
and he broke it down. He's like, what you ate, what your last name is, what you doing, how you looking.
Yeah.
It's like, you noticed. It's like, oh, Matt's getting it in.
Yeah. Oh, you noticed. Yeah, nobody else noticed. Oh.
This guy fucks. But that's not even the major story plot that we got. Immediately in episode number 4, we get the amazing Camila Rodriguez playing Angela Del Toro showing up, asking questions.
6, right?
It's either 4 or 6. I think she shows up at the, where's the place where they cook bodies? Examine them. Shows up
the corners.
And then 6, she shows up at Duffy's and Murdock's. Yeah.
Which one were you dressing? I thought you were going to right to the lawyer's office.
We can talk about her.
Yes, her. Yeah.
It's time for her.
So she's sad that her uncle's gone, understandably, and she also clues Matt onto he was onto something about these missing people, because that whole Muse thing is getting bigger and bigger now, and he's taking more and more people, upwards of 60, they're saying now.
That's wild, by the way. That's a terrible police force. That's wild. If 60 bodies are missing in my city, bro.
Even Fisk cooks the chief of police that he forced to stay on, remember? There was a plot. That was a plot in the first 3 that we didn't talk about. The commissioner was going to retire, and if he retired, the police force would have turned on Fisk because they
new guy,
pushing him out. So he forced him to stay by threatening him with the the Philly cheesesteak picture and stuff. That was awesome. That was an awesome scene.
That was Fisk being Kingpin, where he
Yes.
knew he had to flex his muscle so he can have this one reveal and just pulls the paper back. And that's enough for the commissioner to be like, all right, I'm on your side.
But to branch out, that happened in the first few episodes. We just forgot to touch on it last episode. But to where we are now, he's kind of like, well, when the sanitation department alerts we have a serial killer before the police force does, we're going to have to make some changes. And that's gives a green light to his new task force, which is just like the anti-vigilante task force, right?
The dudes would probably have Punisher skulls on their bulletproof vests. But he basically got the worst of the worst to assemble. It's to find this problem, like 60 bodies in New York? That city ain't that big, man. That's crazy.
So Angela comes to visit him at his office and tries to tell him that she knows about this thread that her uncle's been pulling at, and she wants him to help. And he's like, he kind of throws his hands up like, I'm powerless. I don't know what you want me to do. And she gets mad and storms off. Later on, her mother calls like, yo, Matt, Angela said she was going to see you, but I haven't seen her since then. So I don't know what's going on. And he's like, shit. And he goes, I like when he goes to call 911 to report her missing. And it's like, fuck it. He literally says, fuck it. He closes the phone and gets his red suit on. I was like, yes. And sure enough, Muse has her, and he makes it down to the subway because she told him she was going to be there.
It is wild that Angela found Muse before NYPD found Muse. Like that's
she got so more like Hector. Hector found Muse before NYPD did, and she just followed his breadcrumbs, and then Muse kind of found her, right? And then Daredevil comes to the showdown with Muse, but has to let him go so that he can save Angela from dying.
I just love that scene is paralleled with Kingpin's scene of his face-off with Adam. So you get to see them both essentially put on the mask of who they really want to be, which is Kingpin and Daredevil, and the way that they fight is so brutal and so hard-hitting. When another life is at risk of being lost, Murdock clicks back in and is like, okay, forget Muse. Let me go save her life. But at no point did Kingpin want to stop. He just beats him down. Is like, all right. When he sits, there's like a peace that washes over him.
Like a calm.
Like he's so like, this is my oasis. But I loved how the direction showed it playing off of each other. Like these guys are both living the same sort of lives and just in different positions. They're both trying to be different men, better men, but they can't escape who fundamentally they are at their root, at their core, and who they default to. Now, one is doing it for good, hopefully, and one is doing it for bad, essentially. But how different are they when it's going to come push to shove? Which is, I think, what this show is really starting to layer in. Mm-hmm. At a certain point, they're the same dude. I don't care how many lives you save, it's how many lives you take. So, Muse gets away, which is crazy because you wouldn't have needed a task force if Daredevil brought him in. But now there's another problem now looming. Task force agents is played by Jeremy Isaiah Earl, Cole North. I'm just excited. Again, they put more pieces on the map that we have to watch out for if we're cheering for Daredevil, and more pieces on the map that are going to put Fisk in trouble, who I'm also kind of cheering for. Like, that's the thing about this show. I'm really cheering for both those motherfuckers in two different ways and a lot of the same ways because I really want them to kick ass. Yeah. But at a certain point, you're going to have to choose between the light and the dark. So I fundamentally love the show that has made everything so much more gray, but understands this is a world that lives in gray, and we're only 6 in.
And we're 6 in. So only 3 more to go. So next time you see us, we'll be for 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9.
You can't use that joke anymore.
No, I can't now. Too late.
So we've listed actors that are playing characters and they eventually turn into something that comes in the comic. Do you think any of that's going to happen in this first season?
What do you mean?
Do you think Buck's going to turn into Bullet?
Oh, Cashman. No.
Do you think Jack is going to turn into Swordsman?
Yes. Yes, no, and yes.
Do you think Blake is going to appear himself to become an adversary to Fisk and or Daredevil? Do you think Angela is going to put on the mantle of White Tiger?
No, not yet.
You potentially could be trying to wrap up in 3 episodes, but I don't want them to rush anything That's
Yeah.
the thing I kind of like here. I really like Cherry's character too. We don't talk a lot about him, but he's doing a lot of like detective work in the background. And
Yeah.
now that he knows the secret identity of Murdoch, he's helping them a lot on the
Legal side.
right. They have the whole Law and Order thing going off of him and Duffy, right? And again, I don't think we got enough McDuffie going on in the last 6 episodes. So I really hope that three of Cherry, McDuffie, and Murdoch really get to shine in the final three. Depending on what this series wants to do, they can really turn everything into chaos in the streets
Bullseye's got to come back, right?
at some point, right? And for me, if it was sunrise in the first 3 episodes, and this is like high noon in 4, 5, 6, potentially the sunset in 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9. Butcher my own joke. Could be a descent into madness with just letting the asylum loose. We haven't really talked a lot about the mob and what their power is and hold is over New York, but they've been steadily in the background that it makes sense that they're probably going to push to the forefront in the final 3 episodes. So there's a lot of fun that could potentially be happening.
To still be had. Yeah, and we'll see how it all lays out, because there is going to be the second season too next year too. So I wonder what threads are going to hang over then, and then what's going to happen now, because I feel like they shouldn't really introduce any more characters. It should be like, this is the set, because you only got 3 to go now, right? So
Right.
you've kind of set your pieces like you were saying, and let's see how it all falls now.
The one thing I do think we're not going to get is a face-off between Kingpin and Daredevil.
No, I don't think so either. They might be in the same space, but I think it's not quite yet. And he's not going to lose his mayorship just yet either, I don't think.
The best I could hope for is they kind of see each other as, oh, so back at your old tricks again, kind of like across the room sort of thing.
He just saved Angela too, so I wonder if that's going to start a shockwave. He put on the red and he said he wasn't going to.
Yep.
So we'll see how that goes.
But and then there's, I care.